I'm curious to know if this has ever happened to you. You have a dream, you make a plan, and you're really excited to get started, and then all of a sudden there's a part inside that says, I can't do this, I'm scared. Or there's a part inside that says, well, you better do it now, and you better do it right, or else everyone's gonna judge you. Or there's a part inside that says, who do you think you are to have such high dreams? You're not good enough for this. It can be really confusing to have a dream that you want to achieve and yet feel held back by thoughts and emotions that make you want to give up before you've even started. For some people, it's a huge conflict that keeps them stuck in life. I would love to introduce you to internal family systems. This is a therapy model created by an American psychotherapist called Richard Schwartz. And it was Richard Schwartz who identified and categorized that we all have different parts inside us that determine how we think and how we feel and interact in the world around us. So what's a part, I hear you say? Dr. Schwartz theorizes that parts are part of our natural psyche, and they represent qualities, inner resources, natural states within us that we can tap into whenever we need to use them. At some point, or during some trauma, or during social conditioning, these parts take on roles that they may not like, but feel that it's necessary to feel safe and protected in the world. These roles take on extreme beliefs and extreme emotions that are frozen at the time of the trauma, and we take them with us into adulthood. So an example of this would be someone who says, oh, my second year math teacher told me that I was rubbish at maths, and he was right. I've never been good at it, and so I stay away from it. So Dr. Schwartz theorizes that there are three categories of parts. The first are called the exile, and these are the most sensitive parts of the system. These represent emotions such as fear, shame, guilt, rejection, abandonment, loneliness, grief, and hurt. So they represent the parts of us that are frozen back in time during the personality development years, during the 0 to 7 years of growth. And what's happened is that as children, we're not very objective about the world. We make things mean something that they may not necessarily mean. And on top of that, as children, we're not able to process our emotions, and we haven't been taught yet. And especially when we bring up emotions as children and we have adults around us that say things like, big girls don't cry, or boys don't cry, or suck it up, you're a big boy or a big girl now. This doesn't help. This doesn't teach the child how to process their emotions. So instead, the child learns to bottle up, deny their emotions, push them down, exile them, and even banish them. All right? So the second category of parts is called the managers. We create parts inside us to manage our life and to manage our emotions, to keep them down and to keep them from bubbling to the surface. So these kinds of parts adopt roles such as people-pleasing, martyr, the fixer, the critic. These are all parts that manage ourselves in the world around us. The third type of part is called the firefighter. What is the role of a firefighter? That's right, to put out fires. So anytime your manager part is not doing a good job, or the external world is overwhelming your managerial parts and threatens to break the defenses so that your emotions are now bubbling to the surface, you will trigger a firefighter part that comes in to take you away from the pain or to distract you away from whatever's going on until your emotions can settle down. Addictions are great examples of firefighter parts binge, eating, drinking, spending, obsessions, distractions, Netflix binging, all these things. These are all firefighter parts that keep us distracted and keep those emotions from coming up. So the one thing to note about firefighter parts is that they do not care about the collateral damage on your body or to the relationships around you. They have one job only, and that is to stop you from feeling your feelings. So I would love to invite you right now to turn inside and consider, do you have a part inside that feels like it's clanging on the internal bars of your Alcatraz, wanting to unburden deep emotions? Or perhaps you have a part that is standing with you every day, holding a clipboard, making sure you get tasks done. Or perhaps you have a part that stands behind you with a megaphone, pushing you to keep going way past your exhaustion point. Or perhaps there's a part inside that says, stuff it, have that donut. The one thing I love about parts therapy in my own healing journey and in my coaching practice is that it allows us to explore and have relationships with all the different parts inside us. And once we can have confident and compassionate relationships with ourselves, we can have confident and compassionate relationships with the people around us. Yes, even the fearful ones, even the angry ones, and even the critical ones. I hope this video helps. Let me know your comments below. Have a great day.